Jimmy Fallon's seven-word Caitlin Clark physical treatment plea says it all. Even since Indiana Fever star guard Caitlin Clark was poked in the eye and then shoved to the ground in a span of about 30 seconds during her team's June 17 game against the Connecticut Sun, the debate about whether she's being subjected to unnecessarily physical treatment from her WNBA opponents has been reignited. Then again, this conversation has never really gone away since Clark entered the league in 2024, given that she was knocked and pushed around during her entire rookie campaign. And even though she spent much of this past offseason bulking up in the weight room, this hasn't kept opposing teams from trying to bully her on the basketball court. While the left quad strain Clark suffered during her team's May 24 game against the New York Liberty wasn't the result of physical defense on her, her 3-week absence afterward highlighted just how badly the league needs her to be healthy and on the court, given how much league-wide ratings plummeted during that time. This seemed to be the basis of American comedy icon Jimmy Fallon's sentiment during a recent TV appearance, which was posted on X by Drafts 95,452,567. Speaking to the camera, Fallon said, "Protect Caitlin Clark at all costs, please," after making a joke about the recent physical play in the WNBA. "Enough of this, please," he then added. Fallon is clearly just as fed up with this Clark's physical treatment as all of her other fans, which comprises a large chunk of the entire league's attention and revenue. On a balmy June night, the studio lights of The Tonight Show glistened just a little brighter than usual. Jimmy Fallon, in his usual comedic rhythm, paused for a moment of sincerity. It wasn't a long monologue. It wasn't even a full segment. It was 7 simple words that echoed through the room and later across social media, ESPN tickers, and basketball courts from Des Moines to Los Angeles. "Can we just protect Caitlin Clark, please?" 7 words. That's all it took. And in those 7 words, Jimmy Fallon, known more for impersonating pop stars and playing ridiculous games with celebrities, managed to tap into the heart of a growing national conversation. The physical treatment and media scrutiny surrounding WNBA rookie sensation Caitlin Clark, the spark of stardom. Caitlin Clark didn't just enter the WNBA, she ignited it. After a record-breaking NCAA career with the Iowa Hawkeyes, Clark brought her Steph Curry-range three-point shooting and fearless swagger into the pros. Ticket sales skyrocketed. Jersey orders crashed websites. Suddenly, WNBA games were selling out arenas in cities that had once struggled to fill half the seats. But with fame comes friction. Every hard foul Clark endured, every bump, every shoulder check or cold shoulder from a veteran opponent was magnified, dissected, and replayed in slow motion. Some called it welcome to the league treatment. Others saw it as something more troubling. Fallon saw it too, a joke and a jab. Earlier in the show, Fallon had run through his usual monologue. He poked fun at politicians, joked about AI, and even danced awkwardly during a segment involving inflatable beach balls. Then, during a quick sports roundup skit, he made a passing joke about Caitlin Clark drawing more fouls than a toddler in a fine china store. The audience laughed. But then Fallon pivoted. In a rare moment of direct advocacy, he turned to the camera and said, "Can we just protect Caitlin Clark, please?" No punchline, no wink, just a quiet, earnest ask. The audience paused, then applauded, tentatively at first, then louder. Like they, too, realized the weight of what had just been said. More than a plea, it wasn't just about Clark. Fallon's words resonated because they symbolized something bigger. This wasn't a sports moment. This was a culture moment, a crossover between sports, media, and the responsibility of those who shape narratives. It begged a few hard questions. Why is physicality against women athletes so often dismissed as part of the game until it isn't? Why does a young female athlete whose presence is elevating an entire league being met with resistance instead of celebration? And why does it take a late-night comedian to ask for basic respect? Echoes across the league. After Fallon's episode aired, reactions poured in. WNBA legends like Sue Bird and Lisa Leslie tweeted support. "Well said, Jimmy," Bird posted. "Let's protect our future." Indiana Fever head coach Christy Sides was asked about the moment in a press conference and smiled. I think we're all saying it in our own way, she replied. But Jimmy said it loud enough for people to hear. Even opposing players, some of whom had been criticized for aggressive plays against Clark, started rethinking their own narratives. In an Instagram story, one veteran guard wrote, "We all compete, but let's not forget, we're here to grow the game."